Well, welcome, Shannon, to QUP's Fashion and Beauty Expert Interview Series. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Well, to kick us off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am, as you said, Shannon. I'm also a personal stylist. I've been in the business and doing this on my own since 2016. I'm
Oh,
in Philadelphia. I work with women in person, as also I work with women virtually, which I actually have a lot of clients virtually, believe it or not. And I just love what I do.
yeah. So, what made you interested, kind of your journey? What got you into it to begin with?
I mean, to be honest with you, I always had a love for fashion. So that was always something I think that was just instilled in me, growing up. As far as like my back history with it, I initially started out as like an intern because I'm so close to New York. I used to travel back and forth on the train, work with other, stylists at that time on video shoots, for magazine, doing magazine covers of those things is how I actually started. But what I found is that I didn't really have a love for it. It was just very cutthroat. I don't know how it is now, but I know during that time for me, and it kind of was a discouragement. And I, kind of backed away from doing that and just decided, it has to be a different plan or purpose for me.
Hmm.
And while working like in corporate, I would get people all the time asking me where I shopped at, could I shop for them? Always,
Yeah.
loving what I wore. And it was like a light bulb moment for me that I realized that personal styling was where I wanted to shift. And that's how it kind of just came together at that point that, I decided that I really was going to take the leap. I left the job that I was working at back in 2016, and honestly, I've never looked back since.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing how it just your life just leads you where you're meant to go. You know, if you follow
Absolutely.
your passion and what you're good at, which it sounds like you are very good at it, because people are asking you for your help all the time.
Right.
What just moved you in that direction?
Absolutely. It definitely was a passion for me.
Yes, I can tell. So for a client, when a client decides to work with you, what could they expect?
They're going to expect my full devoted attention. I'm all about my client because I feel like style is so much more than what you just see on the outward appearance. It's also about what's going on internally, and a lot of that is where most women may even start struggling or have struggled with, and that's why they don't really sometimes have a connection with personal style, how to dress, and what that looks like for them. So with me, you're going to get education, outside of just clothes. So it's way bigger than, than dressing. But obviously you also want to feel confident in what you wear and how you look. And I think that is important. It's not a vanity thing. And I always want my women to show up in the best version that they can be, especially if have your own business, you're working in corporate, or even the stay at home mother. I feel like you still should be able to represent yourself in a way that makes you feel and look good.
Yes, absolutely. Do you, so it sounds like you probably spend time with people. It's not just like somebody shows up and you look at them and say, okay, well, these would be good colors and these, and that you actually get to know them as a person to determine, what would make them feel that way, feel
I
confident.
do. Yeah, I do because with my service, it's just not really like a one and done. It really is a process and a phase. So that's something that I explained to them in the very beginning. So we start out with, doing a consultation, and that's really like a more one-on-one intimate conversation so that I have more clarity on what their style looks like or will look like for them and where they are in their life right now, because everything needs to really align. So those are the things that we really talk about and I hone in on with them. And then from there, we do a closet edit. I shop for them. From there, we do a style session, and then I put together their looks for them so they're prepared for that season. And again, whatever that looks like for them for their lifestyle. So the last thing they need to worry about or have to worry about is what they're going to look like because it's already done, already done for them. And they have clarity with that, which is we have conversations throughout that whole process. So it definitely is very intimate.
Yes, I think that's huge. It's amazing how even I think it reduces stress of getting ready. when someone has helped you and you know everything that's in your closet looks great on you and it's easy. You just get up in the morning and get dressed. And I think working with someone like you not only makes you feel better, it saves you money, it saves you time. It's just really good all the way around for sure.
Right, absolutely. My biggest thing that I always say to people is that anything that you own when it comes to your clothes, your accessories, your shoes, etc., that you should love it. It shouldn't be a thing where you just feel okay or it's all right because it's there, but you really should love everything that you wear because when you do, it makes it so much easier for you to get dressed every day.
Yes, yes. Well, as we're talking about clothes and getting things that you love and dressed every day, you have an online clothing boutique.
I do. I do.
Yes,
The name of my
tell us
boutique.
about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
my boutique is called Pink Mannequin. It's all online, so I don't have a brick and mortar. I've been doing the boutique since 2018, and it's just another part of what I love to do when it comes to clothes. So,
So
I love.
selected, yeah, pre-selected items by you.
Yes, yes. So
Yes,
I even with that, I try to always stick with things that are versatile so that anything that you buy, it'll be able to go with things that you already have in your wardrobe. You'll be able to dress it up or dress it down. So, I do pay attention to those types of details when it comes to my customers.
great. And where can someone go to find this?
You can go right either online if you want to check, if you want to check it out, which is Pink Mannequin and it's PYNK mannequin.com. And I'm also on social media as well as Pink Mannequin.
Okay, great. That sounds great. So last question, your life words of wisdom.
I would say my words of wisdom is that, just stick to who you are, be true to that, walk in your purpose. And I feel like you'll never go wrong. Even when you feel like you may not be able to push through, you'll definitely be able to do that if you have faith and passion for what it is that you love and what your purpose is in life.
That's excellent advice. I agree. I've seen that in my own life too. If you just keep moving. I say the same thing: one day at a time, one step at a time. Follow your passion. You'll get where you're meant to be.
Absolutely.
I think that's great advice. Well, closing us out to our listeners, if you would like to learn more about Shannan or book an appointment, you can reach her at QUPstyle.com. The link is listed in the comments of this post. And thank you, Shannan, so much for being here and sharing your expertise with us.
And thank you again for having me.